Alright, welcome class. Today we're going to be going over fractals, chaos theory, and how fractals appear in weather.
Just put your name up top.
Alright,
Mr. C, what's a fractal?
I'm glad you asked. A fractal is a self-repeating pattern. Alright, now let's look at the Koch curve. The Koch curve is created by dividing each line into thirds and replacing the middle segment with an equilateral triangle. Each iteration of the Koch curve produces a curve that is self-similar to the previous ones.
It's so windy outside.
Think it's a hurricane?
I hope not.
Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure hurricanes are fractals too. A hurricane looks something like this. And if you were to put this shape into a bunch of squares, it would look something like this. Now, basically, a fractal is when you take a shape and put it through multiple steps, which we call iterations. And in this situation, if you see these quarter circles that are formed with the shape of the spiral and the squares, these quarter circles end up rotating 90 degrees and increasing the size by the same number. And these are what we call iterations, which is what makes these hurricanes fractals.
Wow, Jeffrey, you did a really good job picking up fractals.
Appreciate it, Mr. C.
Alright, that was a great example of how fractals can be seen in weather. Anyone have any other ideas? Max?
Actually, clouds are also part of example of fractals in weather. Cumulus clouds, a subtype of clouds, shows fractals. Cumulus clouds are formed by a difference in temperature, and that causes water vapor to form, which forms smaller clouds, and eventually they form together to form bigger clouds.
Alright, Max, that was a great example of how you can use fractals to predict weather, especially in clouds, and yeah. Alright.
Can you use fractals to predict the weather?
Yes, you can. You can use fractals to predict weather.
Oh, wait. To an extent. Because weather conditions are constantly inaccurate because of chaos theory. Chaos theory states that minuscule changes in underlying conditions can have drastic effects on the final results. This is why small mistakes on one day of forecast can snowball into days of wildly incorrect predictions on the weather. That's the problem with the single prediction that our weather apps have.
Great.